Okay, this is what happens when you've been 7 months away from the easel. Yes, 7 months. Okay, I've been doing these other things, jobs and stuff like that, trying to get bills caught up, and so I've been really distracted as toward where to get back to. And I got this commission. So I'm sitting here looking at this commission going, okay, this is awesome. So now it's you feel like if I do too much, I'm going to take it the wrong way. So what I've done is I've been working very careful. That's not necessarily the best idea, but I've been away from it for 7 months. So in the case of doing that, you got to get yourself back warmed up. You got to get a feel for it. So in other words, you want to take a slow process to kind of get all the brain cells firing again. So in the case here, you can see the dog off the right. That's the portrait. The reference was done. The reference, of course, was printed in black and white as always. But what do you notice about the dog over here? Okay, when I'm looking at him, he's real kind of light and pale. He's not really dark. I'm going to put him a little closer. Okay, I'm going to put him right about here. Let's do that. Okay. So when you're looking at the dog, he's really light and pale, which means he's bathed in light. So what I have to do is I have to invent shadows to make sure that when you're looking at it, he has a three-dimensional look to him. Okay. So whenever a dog's bathed completely in light, unless you've got a lot of experience, don't do it. Choose pictures where the images have good contrast. Here, I'll show you this one. Okay, this is probably, everybody knows this one, but you see it has absolute contrast, a light side and dark side. Okay, that's something you really don't experience here. So you want to have experience when you do that, because that way you can control. You can actually look at this and say, okay, I can do this, I can do that. In my case, being away from 7 months, I'm like you. Okay, going, what do I do next? Which is kind of fun because it's a whole new adventure back into it, which I always have a lot of fun doing, but again, it's still a challenge. I love challenges. I don't like things that are not a challenge, but now it's a challenge to get back into the steady flow of painting again, getting back to the show series, backing away from a regular job so I can concentrate on this end of it. And I've done two things. One, I've taken a position at a school as an independent teacher, so I come up with my own curriculum, come up with my own charges, everything else like that. There's no grades to this, which is okay, but they'll learn a lot about this, they'll learn a lot about everything else. So the class I'm teaching right now are going to be drawing and watercolors, two of the simplest forms, except when you're trying to control that water, and a lot of people can't. So in the case here, this is kind of where I'm at. Just remember, folks, when you've been away from anything, I don't care what it is, for any length of period of time, don't expect to jump right back into it. Take your time. Relax. It's not going to be the end of the world if it doesn't complete exactly on what you think it should do, because that's a misnomer too. When you think it should be done, that's not necessary. If you think you can just jump right back into it and start going big guns again, no, that's not really it either. With anything, it's like if I go back to doing shows, yeah, it's going to take me probably 3 or 4 shows to get myself back up and running again. I got to lose a little bit of this. I got to, well, okay, well, could be worse. And do that. But as for it right now, I think this is a red-nosed pit bull, I think. I don't know, but anyway, this is the commission that came in, and I love it. It's got character. It's one of the first pictures. And also, think about this. Your phone can be a great reference photo taking thing. You don't necessarily have to have a big ass camera, but if it doesn't show good distance, then you definitely want to have a decent camera. But in the meantime, this is where I'm at. I kind of established this part right here. Over here on this side here, as he's lifting his head, he's got these, the wrinkled skin back there like that. And of course he's looking up, so he's got these furrowed brows up here. So these are things that you have to look at when you're looking at painting. It's just not, most people say, well, that's white and that's dark. No, it's the same. It's one color, but it's different values of that. So you have to establish the value system underneath the colors first before you get started. That's what these are. I'm establishing the values first before I start moving into the light part. Also, I want to make sure I establish those values, establish the darks and lights before I get going anywhere, because that's going to help me build around that subject. Now, let's talk shortly about colors. Okay, what gives colors mass and volume? It's always in the underpainting. So eventually what I have to use, use like a phthalo green underneath, that little bit of tension. That will bulk up the subject, okay? You won't notice it, but it'll be there. That's the whole object of the game. Underpainting techniques should not show themselves predominantly in your finished picture, but it should be felt as you're working yourself through. So in the case here, I'm going to do a teal background. The dog's going to be kind of this reddish brown, should be pretty cool. Hopefully it turns out. If not, I'll start again. Okay? But right now, I'm pretty happy with where I'm at. I'm going to go ahead and stop for the day. I'll probably work a little bit later, but I've got to get a few things. So anyway, everybody, keeping with Hedgehog Academy, I'm back. Here we go. First one of many, I hope. And if you need a commission, dog, cat, kid, adult, let me know. I don't waste a lot of time not getting them done. I get them in, get them out, get them done. So just contact me here through Facebook or through my webpage, and I'll make a good deal. Okay? Keeping out.